Welcome to a presentation of P&PM solution for Agile project management within SAP. You might have seen other videos of our solution already that provide you an overview of the complete application, since this video is really focusing on how to manage sprints within this application. So what you see here on the screen is the complete work breakdown structure of a project that you might have maintained already. And as you can see, the colleagues here have structured their project into different areas like design requirements, test cases, tests, quality incidents, and here a kind of development repository. So here you see different items that shall be developed, like functions, reports, interfaces, or conversions. And those different items are indicated via the item type. So in our application, briefly explained, you can distinguish tasks from issues, checkpoints, requirements, and so on. And here from what we call systems. So let's say building blocks that need to be developed via this dedicated IT project that we are looking at. So the question is now how to apply those different items into dedicated sprints. Now, in our application, you do this via so-called boards. So when we go here on phases and cycles, you see actually what we call the board view. And you may recognize here the different phases according to SAP Activate method. And below this phases, with those phases, you see the different sprints that the colleagues have determined for this dedicated project here. And what you can do now is you see here the breakdown structure that we have seen on the initial screen. And you simply can assign now from this work breakdown structure the items to the dedicated cycle that you plan for those items. And in this view, you have actually kind of filter capability. So you have here kind of your backlog, and you put the items there and assign them to a phase. And you can also say what you would like to see. So you can filter on different item types, like tasks, for instance, and you see the whole work breakdown structure is filtered. We are starting at system items, so you see now only those items that are relevant for your dedicated plan. And once an item is assigned to a dedicated cycle, you see it's grayed out. So all items that are scheduled or assigned to a dedicated time box, they are grayed out so that you have a clear indication what has been planned according to a schedule, according to a timeline yet, and what not. So the next step might be that you would like to assign the relevant colleagues for those dedicated subjects. So again, you see here the different phases that are relevant. You can open them and again see the different sprints that are relevant for you. And you may have seen that here this complete work breakdown structure is shown again. And it is filtered. It is filtered according to the phase that you are looking at. So it's getting zoomed in to the relevant phase, to the relevant cycle. So you directly utilize the time assignment that you have done by the previous board here in this resource board. So you have a clear filter of what is relevant for you now, for instance, migration cycle 1. And what you can do now is you see here your project team. So those are the colleagues that have been assigned to your project, and you can select now the colleagues that you are looking at. So in this case, we are looking at those 3 colleagues, and you can now simply assign here by drag and drop the topics to the relevant resource. It's a simple drag and drop activity. So also you can now determine the roles. So you say who's responsible for that, who's maybe just informed on the item. So you can distinguish also very clearly the role of that dedicated colleague. So what we have done now is we started from a work structure. We have assigned items to a relevant sprint. We have now assigned the relevant colleagues to the items. And with your team, you can now use the so-called status board. And this is the complete status of your project. And again, you can now zoom in into the phase realize, for instance. So that is the complete view on the phase realize. You can now zoom in one level deeper into the migration cycle 1, for instance. And that is the current status of the subjects that are in progress. And you can also use here, of course, the filter activity and say, I would like to see only tasks that are assigned here or only the system items. Yeah? So if there is a lot of subjects relevant for this cycle, you can use this filter feature to zoom in into those topics that you're looking at. And now with your team, you can now pick up those items, check them, discuss them, and simply say, okay, we picked this up, this goes in progress, or the next item is maybe already in review, has been pretty much accomplished meanwhile. So like a visual board, you see here clearly the status of your project. So that, in a nutshell, should give you a very quick overview of the capabilities, how to plan and use sprints within your project team. And so we hope, therefore, that our solution from P&PM supports you within your Agile project management of your SAP project. So thanks for listening and have a good day. Bye-bye.